Undoubtedly, one of the most exciting things we have seen at RAPID TCT 2024 is the Hollywood Showcase, where attendees are able to see directly how 3D printing can be used to make Hollywood magic come alive. And I am here right now with the person who made it all happen. Thank you for being here with us today.
Of course.
Mind introducing yourself?
My name is Jason Lopes, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Gentle Giant Studios.
It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's great to have you here at the showcase.
And could you tell us a little bit more about these absolutely amazing figures?
Absolutely. So a lot of what you see here today is a result of a lot of hard teamwork. These are for theatrical releases. These might be for theme park entertainment. So what you might see here might consist of a lot of traditionally fabricated elements. It has to be realized in a manner via 3D printing and other things. So if you look over here right next to it, what we have here is the scaled down version that we utilize off of Nexa technology, running clear materials and ABS materials to understand how we were going to manufacture this, how to get to this final large one-to-one piece, and more importantly, how to come up with the lighting system. There was many iterations to get the lighting right, or at least approved for them. So all of these maquettes that you see here, this one specifically, these were done in various pieces, no different than the full-size ones, but it allowed us over 1 or 2 days to show different lighting effects and how this could be pulled off. So when the client approved the effect, then we were able to make the manufacturability instructions to understand how to construct them at full scale. It's a perfect example of utilizing 3D printing additive manufacturing early on in the development process for final manufacturing.
Showing it in action, how it can be useful in a practical manner.
You have.
Let's take a quick tour of some of these other things, because it's truly amazing.
Absolutely.
So next, I think we're going up to a very big part.
Yep.
And could you tell us a little bit more? Well, I'm sure everyone will notice this is Lord of the Rings.
Yep. So this actually is subtractive manufacturing, so CNC foam milling. Okay. So no different than how we utilize anything else for 3D printing, but instead of, printing on a printer and adding up, we're actually starting with a huge block of foam and cutting it down. Once it's cut down, then we're able to go in and epoxy coat in, make it rigid, and do all more foam carving inside of it, bring out more detail, and come up with the final look. However, there are some 3D printed elements on here because, as we know, foam, you're kind of limited, kind of like in manufacturing, if you will. But look, all the chainmail, printed. So any elements that you see, like we can put in, like the ring, to work on that differently. High detail elements, great for 3D printing. And then the mess of the body, helmet, etc. will then go to foam. We'll do a hard coat and call it a day. This is a few pieces, so it comes apart nice and easy and comes back together easy.
It's useful, and it really shows how additive manufacturing can be used with other technologies as a perfect complement.
Complementation is where it's at, and you mesh all different disciplines together and you pull off a great result.
Yes, absolutely agree with you there. Well, let's keep going.
Okay.
Even more that we have to see.
Okay.
Actually, this next one I think is even bigger. We might look a little small next to it.
Okay. How do we want to get in here?
I think we can go this way.
Okay.
Here we are. Well, I think the viewers will probably know this one as well. Can you tell us a bit more about, Jake Nitsuri from Avatar?
Yeah. So these are really, really cool pieces, and they're kind of one of the more recent pieces, if you will. So we did these in quantity as well, low volume, not crazy, but these were for theme park as well as the El Capitan Theater, and of course for somebody's office as well. So these are all mastered one-to-one in SLA. But then when we get down to the fine details of other items, we can break out into other technologies, things like that, and then have them all come back together. But these are their one-to-one size. And the other thing that's really, really neat about this is if you look at the hair, like we printed that as an SLA master, but then utilize other fabrication techniques, like similar to what you would see, like if you went to Disney and you saw like a dock scene with like a rope tied up on pilings and stuff. So kind of the same technique going on there if you look at it closely. Most people won't even realize that.
No, it's incredible. Yeah. It really looks like hair to a certain extent.
Exactly.
Not what you expect from 3D printing usually.
Exactly.
Well, I think we're going to keep going as well, as there are some things with a bit more detail to show us here.
Like, find out.
Well, let's see. These are some incredibly detailed pieces.
Yeah. So we brought in color technology at the studio, and we look at color printing a lot differently than other people do. So we've decided that for color printing for us, it's 3 different lanes. The first lane is like character IP property. So think of your Bugs Bunnies, your Disney, Mickey Mouse. These are things that are set, designed, have colors that are their colors. So we want to tackle that lane specifically to be able to match color, but more importantly, have an item that comes out of this process looking like a product and feeling like a product, not looking like a 3D print.
No, it doesn't.
So there's 0 paint on this.
Oh, that's incredible.
0 paint, so this is color printed, but we've also developed a technique that we do with a urethane coating that will actually fill the peaks and the valleys and give it its final look as a final coating. We could do a glossy, matte, satin, whatever you would like, but if you look at this closely, you will not see a build line, and you will not be able to tell that that is a 3D printed parts.
That is true. I cannot tell at all. You would never guess.
Nope.
Well, actually, while we're on the topic of Thanos, I think we have something else over here which is even more representative of him, which is, of course, his very famous gauntlet.
Yep, so this is a big exploration for us. This is actually our first step into metal 3D printing.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so this is stainless steel. It's done in 2 parts, so I'll show you real quick. It engineers together, comes apart. It weighs about 39 pounds. If we get it back in, and it locks back into place. So done in stainless, then we polished it out from there, and then we've done some traditional inkings to give it the weathering look that was wanted.
Right.
And then for the gems and stones, actually printed them on our Mimaki color printer and tinted them intrinsically right at the printer level. So if these were to cut in half, that tint is actually all the way through. And then we've just literally polished them out, placed them into the stainless steel print, and then lit it from behind, and there you go.
And if I put it on, can I get rid of half the universe, or?
I think you could, but it's probably too heavy to put on. Like I said, it's about 39 pounds. The thing's massive, but we're very happy with how this turned out. And this has really kicked off our next steps into more printing in metals for a lot of our fine art customers.
Well, absolutely. Well, we cannot wait to see what comes out next from Desert Giant Studios.
Absolutely.
It's always fantastic. And thank you once again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming by.